Welcome to the Ride With Us podcast, presented by the American Coaster Enthusiasts, the world's largest ride enthusiast organization dedicated to the appreciation, promotion, and preservation of roller coasters around the globe. So please keep your hands and feet inside the podcast at all times as we welcome in your host.
Hello, enthusiasts. It's your host, Jessica Gardner, and we've officially come to the end of 2025. What a year it's been. And I don't know about you, but I am more than ready for 2026, especially when it comes to coasters and themed entertainment. It is shaping up to be a very good year. How do I know that? Well, last month we were down in Orlando for IAAPA Expo. If you're not familiar, IAAPA Expo is the largest and most influential trade show for professionals in the global attractions industry, and it's hosted by IAAPA, the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. ACE has a booth at IAAPA Expo every year, and we use that access to talk with industry professionals, cover major announcements across our social channels, and check in with the people shaping the future of our industry. And this year, we recorded more interviews than ever before, and we thought it would be fun to share a selection of them with you here on the podcast. So, in the spirit of the season, welcome to the 12 interviews of how about the 12 interviews of IAAPA Expo? We've listed every interview in order in the show notes, complete with time codes, so feel free to jump around. But if you listen to all of them, we think you'll be just excited for the new year as we are. Let's get started. On the first interview... Oh, wait, we don't have the rights to that song. Sorry, I know you're devastated to miss my singing. We're kicking things off with 3 interviews I conducted with the team from Dollywood, recorded right after they revealed the gorgeous new ride vehicle for their upcoming Mock Rides coaster, Night Flight Expedition. The president of Dollywood, Eugene Naughton, who has just revealed the front train car for Night Flight Expedition, or I guess it's the car itself.
It's one of 11 boats that are on our ride, and that's how we're going to be producing 1,200 people per hour capacity added to the park, and that's really exciting for us to think about.
And that's really exciting for us enthusiasts who want to get as many rides on this as possible. Absolutely. So, Eugene, the question on the American coaster enthusiast mind is, does this count as a coaster? What would you say?
Yeah, it's definitely going to count as a coaster. It's the first of its kind to think about a hybrid coaster that we're using in a really unique way. The thing that I loved about it, after I rode it, just a few weeks after I opened Big Bear Mountain in May of 2023, I went on a plane and rode the prototype to the rocking boat conveyance system in the factory at Mock Rides. And, that's how long it takes us to get these things going. I was so excited and enthused. It makes you feel like you're free-flowing in the water sections of this ride. So it's really, really a unique feeling. And so we have a lot of y'all that is capable in this, and there's a lot of rocking boat, hence the rocking boat technology as they're calling this. And the industry recognizes that. They won the Innovation Award at the Golden Tickets for the new rides and attraction, which I know when Night Flight gets open in the spring of 26, I think it's really going to blow people away. And anytime that we can touch our stories to Dolly Parton's life, I mean, you know how many people are interested in her. And she would tell us stories about her running out into the fields at night because there are fireflies that would run around the Smoky Mountains, and she would see them, and it was such a cool thing. So part of our reasoning for doing Night Flight was to share some of Dolly's stories about the most bioluminescent area of the country, but people don't get a chance to see that because, hey, you know what? Mostly everyone's in bed at night. They're not getting a chance to do that. But when they pop in this building that's 4 football fields big, and it's huge. A big ride, and it's going to last 5.5 minutes. So that's an exceptional value, I think, in the overall, complexity of what you think about from a rides experience, because a coaster normally is you're 2 minutes and done. This is a storytelling chance for us to extend Dolly's Wildwood Grove story.
I love that. And Dolly, like you said, is such a great storyteller. Dollywood has some amazing stories in it. I think part of the storytelling that I'm the most excited about is it looks like there's some speakers on this car. Can you tell me about the onboard audio?
Big Bear was our first forte into onboard audio. And then when we did the refresh on Blazing Fury, we brought that to life in a much different way because of the success that we saw from our guests and the positive feedback. So it helps us tell a story in a different way. It allows it to be more immersive along the path, and it allows you to be there. And, you have the bioluminator that's on the front.
The bioluminator.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be. It's going to be catching some power along the way, and your first chance to start collecting that power is in a really cool media experience when we first kick off. And it's new technology to where you're going to feel like you're in a VR experience without having to wear VR glasses, which I think is going to be really, 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 really cool. But I think one of the most exciting things about this, 500,000 gallons of water that are going to be rushing by you, and you're going to feel what it's like to whitewater raft in Tennessee. Now that is going to catch people off guard.
That sounds really intense. And you're telling me this is for the whole family?
Oh, for sure. Everything that we concentrate on is being multi-generation. So this ride has a 39-inch rider height, and we developed this ride and designed this ride to make sure that families can stay together.
Yeah.
Right? You think about Hershon and everything that we stand for. It really is about a fortifying family experience. And we want Grandma and Grandpa to be comfortable riding this ride. And we also want the littles to be able to do it as a family, and having a capacity of 10 per boat. Families will not have to separate, which I'm really proud of. Hey,
speaking of audio, that might be the soundtrack right there, or maybe.
It is. That's the Night Flight soundtrack. So that's part of what you're listening to now. The first time that we're unveiling the bass line to the soundtrack. And we had an orchestra create this for us.
Wow, that's really beautiful. That might mean that we have to wrap up this. There it is. Okay. Last question for you. Tell me about working with Mock. We're such Mock fans at the American Coaster Enthusiasts.
I always really appreciate their approach to innovation. And they have this calmness, even though they're dealing with a very complex ride for us. This is something that's not been tried before in the industry. They were very calm and very focused on being able to help us deliver our storyline, because they got behind it. They believed in it, and that's why they won the RFP to this process, because it's going to be a really unique attraction.
Well, I can't wait to ride it. We're saying 2026?
2026, spring.
All right. Spring?
2026.
Oh, wow. That's a big statement right there from the dirt field that I saw a couple months ago. So you got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Go ahead and go online and Google some current images, and you'll see that the second floor is already being poured.
Wow.
Last week when I left, we poured 292 yards of concrete. And just so, that's 29 truckloads of concrete.
Woo.
And we started pouring at 3:30, finished at 7:30 in the morning. And now we're running off to phase 3 of a 4 construction process that we're doing. So we're on schedule.
You're on schedule
for spring of 26.
All right. Well, book those tickets, everybody, because Night Flight Expedition is coming to Dollywood in the spring. You heard it from Eugene Naughton. Eugene, thank you so much for taking the time.
Good to see you again.
This is our friend Pete Owens, the Vice President of Marketing for Dollywood. Pete, congratulations on this incredible train reveal here, this car reveal at IAAPA Expo.
It's something else, isn't it?
We have to go back and talk about teasing us all. Mr. Marketing here kind of gave us all a fast one, making us think that this was not going to be a coaster. There were signs all over Dollywood. There were little hints everywhere that maybe this was going to be something else having to do with maybe a flying theater, was everybody was thinking. And then to find out that you were all working with Mock and creating this family coaster, this exciting, innovative dark ride. Tell us about the idea behind that marketing.
So the thought process really was not to be deceiving.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that we shared is really something this ride will do, but it was all about what elements we were going to share at what time during the journey before the announcement. So if you look at all of the posters, you look at all of the teasing video, you look at all of it, Those are all elements that this attraction will do. And I will tell you, that's the most gratifying thing out of this whole thing, is that you guys didn't figure out exactly what it was. You will fly on this ride. You will float on this ride. You will drop and coast like a regular roller coaster, and you'll whitewater raft. You'll also splash down like Daredevil Falls. So there's a lot in this 44,000 square foot building. But what's really contained is an incredible story.
Tell me a little bit more about this story, and can you explain why is it at night?
So that's something we've never done before. And the Great Smoky Mountains are an incredible place at night. It's one of the most biodiverse, it's really a rainforest in the world. And among those things are a lot of bioluminescent plants and a lot of bioluminescent animals. So salamanders, but you'll see different types of, mushrooms and fungi and that kind of thing, and algae, and and they all glow in different frequencies. So the idea was that Ned's niece and nephew, Cora and Jasper, one is a botanist and one is an inventor, and they find a book that tells them how to find Secret Lake, which is, the rumored source of all of this bioluminescence. And you're going to go on a journey with them to try to find Secret Lake.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
It should be really, really fun. And what's great for us is this is a family attraction. So the littles can ride it, but also, 2 to 92, right? I mean, it's an opportunity for the whole family to ride it. You're not going to get soaked on the ride, so it'll be open all year. But it's going to be a great adventure, I think, for families.
And can you confirm that it is really a coaster? We can't really see the track here, so we're all a little, just wanted to know, can you confirm that for us?
Well, I can tell you there's plenty of tubular steel track that is around, but it does so many different things, but the one thing that it is always, and that's connected to some kind of tracking system.
Very exciting. I'm so excited for this for Dollywood. I think this fits perfectly right in Wildwood Grove. We see the WWG right there. And so we know where this is headed, and it's a great fit. And congratulations. This is
Thank you very much.
A big day. Pete, thank you so much for talking to us.
You bet. Thanks.
Now I'm here with Erica Rutledge. She is the creative director of Night Flight Expedition. So this is all you? Is this what you're saying? This car? Did you do this?
I did work on this car, and of course we had a team of a lot of different people who helped us make this happen. But yeah, we spent a lot of time developing this, and yeah, I'm very excited about its reveal today.
Can you kind of point out some of the features to us and tell us what we're looking at here? What is this? Eugene was saying something about the front of the boat being a collector of some kind?
So yes. So what we have right here is what we're calling a bioluminator. And it kind of collects bioluminescence, and it allows our guests who are riding the vehicle to know when there's bioluminescence around, and it will cause the onboard lighting, which is inside the boat, to light up. So maybe we can take a little picture of that here in a second. But that lighting will go throughout the entire ride, so it'll let our guests it'll take them through the story and all of the different things that we have for them to see at night.
Exciting. Tell me about this color scheme. I love it. I love the colors. They're gorgeous.
Well, thank you. So color is one of my favorite things. So I had a lot of fun as we worked on this, trying to figure out what do we want it to be. We wanted it to kind of show nighttime. So when you see the boat, we wanted it to feel like it's a part of that nighttime adventure. But we also wanted to connect it to the Smoky Mountains. So we were thinking about that natural look and what would look good in the night in the Smoky Mountains. And so what you see here, this color is meant to be a nod to the synchronous fireflies in that warm golden glow that they have.
I love it. It's so pretty. Now this is we're in a boat, yes? So tell me about the boat features.
So we are in a boat, but as you may know, we are taking guests on 4 different adventures. And so this vehicle is not just a boat, but it does other things too. It's going to take our guests on a nighttime adventure above above the Smoky Mountains with flight. And so you can see some of our propellers, our features on this boat. It'll also take us on a whitewater rafting adventure for the boat, and it will also take us on a coaster section. So it's also an off-road vehicle.
So fun. And Eugene talked to us a little bit about the audio, but could you go into that a little bit more about designing that?
Yes. So the boat does have onboard audio, and it should be, we were able to test it yesterday. It's a really immersive sound experience, but we will have an onboard audio BGM track that will take you throughout the entire adventure. Sort of similar to Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood, where we take you through that ride and it'll give a lot of audio moments. We'll also have voiceover audio, so you'll get to hear our characters talk, and we'll also have offboard sound as well. So it should be a very immersive sound experience.
Okay, great. And how about the seating here? What are we looking at in terms of, is it just this lap bar?
So yes, first for guests being protected in the seat, yes, we have the lap bar, and that's how they'll be. Yeah.
We love to ask about accessibility for our guests who don't have that. Is there going to be any elements of that?
Yes, we do. We do have the ability to help ADA guests get into the boat, and so they will be able to ride.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Obviously, I've got my Dollywood bag on, and I am ready to go in spring of 2026. Erica, thank you so much. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to ride.
Thank you so much.
Next, let's check in with Six Flags. Here's ACE correspondent Rachel Hawkins speaking with Six Flags creative producer Clayton Lawrence.
So can you tell us what some of the paint represents?
Yeah, we're excited to pull the story through the whole attraction. So we took the paint colors and brought that into Tormenta's annual event at Rancho de la Tormenta, the plaza. So the track starts with the columns as a gray street feel. So that represents running of the bulls and the runners down the streets of Spain. Then the track box beam is brown. That represents the fur and the hide of Tormenta. And then the rails are ivory. That represents his horns. And then the train right behind me, we decided to make you the runner running from Tormenta. So we made sure to make the traditional outfit that you would see in Running of the Bulls in Spain. So we went with white, and then of course the harness is the red handkerchief or bandana that they wear, so that you are feeling like you are running down the streets of Spain, being chased by Tormenta and trying to outrun it.
Nice. And then you said you're doing a few updates to Spain. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so we're going to do a brand new Spain portal, and we're really paying tribute and refreshing this area to go back to what the park used to have. One of the original lands of the park of Six Flags Over Texas, designed by Randall Duell, who's a famous and awesome theme park designer. So we're really going in and wanting to, of course, pay homage and tribute to what was there, but also add a new story. So the plaza, although you'll walk under Spain Portal, the plaza will be called Rancho de la Tormenta, and you're going to be there during a special event festival. So we're going to have bunting and flags and really make you feel like you're part of the story. That's also important for the non-riders, because we know that this is such an awesome, crazy, exciting, but really tall, really fast coaster that there's going to be a lot of people that just want to come spectate and watch, and we want to make sure that they're included into our story as well.
And lastly, what are you most excited about?
I'm just excited as I've been following along with the construction camp that we have, and the lift hill's already at halfway, but it looks crazy and it's so tall, and to think there's another half to go up that lift hill. I'm just excited to finally be able to sit, hang over the edge, and get to experience what a 300-foot dive coaster is going to feel like. It's something that I've been dreaming of. I've been running around the office for years, begging anyone who will listen to me. And I was fortunate enough to be in a meeting where I got to ask B&M, is there any way we could do a 300-foot Giga dive coaster? And fortunately, with the right partners, they said, heck yes, let's do it. So I'm excited for opening day and finally get on this thing.
Now we're here in the RMC booth here with Dean Coral, one of the managers at Family Kingdom. This is an amusement park in Myrtle Beach. We just had a big announcement here. Why don't you tell all the coaster enthusiasts?
Hi. So for all you coaster enthusiasts out there, we are getting a new coaster at our amusement park. Now, we are known for the Swamp Fox roller coaster, and we had made an announcement when we first took over the park that we were going to demolish Swamp Fox. Well, that's not going to happen. We instead, in conjunction with the 60th anniversary of the Swamp Fox coaster, we are adding in a new roller coaster from Rocky Mountain Coasters. It's a custom Raptor because unfortunately they couldn't take the pre-layouts and stuff. We didn't have the space. And I had discussed this when American Coaster Enthusiasts came to visit us in July of this past year. And I had said, I don't know where we're going to fit it. And we found a way. Rocky Mountain Coasters has been great to work with. They gave us the opportunity to be able to custom do our layout and figure out how to make work for our park. Because unfortunately, we're limited on space constraints. We don't want to get rid of Swamp Fox, but we wanted to add to it.
That's not unfortunate at all. I love hearing about it being a custom track. That means that it can be designed around your space. So is it going to have any cool elements over and under other rides, attractions that are there?
Well, that is yet to be seen. Let's keep that one under wraps for right now.
Keeping it under wraps, got it. But your Family Kingdom, so is this going to be thrilling or is this going to be a family attraction?
A little bit of both, actually. It being a single rail steel coaster, it's probably going to be a little bit of both.
Okay.
So, yep.
That's really exciting. We're so happy to hear that Swamp Fox is okay. American Coaster Enthusiast landmark, Swamp Fox. We're so happy that that's all turned around and that this is going to be exciting. And what's the future of Family Kingdom looking like to you?
Well, right now, this is just one of the next steps that we're going to take and continue to invest into Family Kingdom, continue to bring in new and thrilling attractions so that way people can come enjoy us for years to come.
So a couple more things on the coaster. We don't have a name for it yet, right?
Right. That's still to be decided.
Still to be determined. So there's still lots of mysteries to unfold. But we do know that it's going to be 100 feet tall. Can I say this? 100 feet tall?
I believe
50
so.
miles per hour, right?
51, I think, is what they said was the max speed.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
So,
well, this sounds really exciting. And you're thinking next summer?
Well, our goal is to have it ready for the 4th of July, for Independence Day weekend. That's our goal. And Rocky Mountain and us are working very diligently to make sure we get that to happen. So that's our plan.
Because you were mentioning that also in July we have an ACE event that you'll be throwing for us. Can you tell everybody a little bit about that?
Actually, the event's going to be in June this year. That's okay. It was July this past year when everybody came to visit us in 2025. But no, in June this year. So that's going to be more for the birthday party for the Swamp Fox. That's really what they're coming for that. And we had already made that plan to have them come before we made the announcement to have this coaster. So it's kind of like one of the things like, hey guys, something to whet your appetite. Won't be ready for another month, but hey, this is what we've got.
You can see the construction.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Congratulations on the upcoming Swamp Fox anniversary. And congratulations on this huge announcement. We are obviously very thrilled and can't wait to get to Family Kingdom next year. It'll be my first time.
No, I can't wait to see you there. Yeah.
Yep, I'll be there for sure. And everybody, make sure you make your plans. Family Kingdom 2026. I'm here with Rob Smith, the COO of Merlin. We just had a pretty intense and exciting discussion about Galacticoaster, the new roller coaster that is coming to both Legoland, California and Legoland, Florida. Rob, this was a really exciting announcement that we all heard, this indoor roller coaster that's going to be coming to both parks, because I know people who love Legoland on both coasts were nervous that it was only going to go to one or the other. So really exciting that it's coming to both. Can you tell us about what this means for Legoland?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really exciting. It's great to be able to announce Galacticoaster coming to Florida and California next year. This is a space-themed indoor roller coaster. So it's the first new roller coaster we've added to Legoland Florida for 15 years.
That's true.
Yeah,
Wow.
and the first to Legoland California for 20 years.
Yeah.
So big investments into both parks, but it's a Lego experience, interactive, immersive, themed experience. And what we're really looking forward to is that guests are going to be able to design and customize their own spacecraft. So you're going to be able to build the wings, build the nose, build the tail. It's going to be a different experience for kids and families every single time. So it's about creativity, imagination, and just bringing families together to enjoy space. It's going to be super exciting.
I love this because that's really the heart of Legoland, right? Is building and being creative and then getting to ride something that you create. So everybody understands when you say build and you say Legos, I think people are thinking, am I building my coaster? But that's not it. It's a touch screen, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and by the way, you're spot on. It's about creativity, but it's about families building and being creative and imagination together. So that's really important to us as well. But yeah, absolutely, it's going to be a digital screen where you're going to be able to interact with that screen and build your own ride. So you'll be able to choose which wings you want, and say which nose you want. That's all going to be with the interactive screen with an RFID wristband that you're going to be get when you get your pre-show briefing from our characters, Biff, Dipper, and Space Creature, who you got to meet today, going to be involved in the briefing. So you get your RFID wristband, you'll then go up to one of the interactive screens, and that's when you start to customize and build your spacecraft. So digital meets Lego play and build. How cool is that?
That is so cool. And then once you get on in the car, you're loaded into your vehicle, which the whole family can get onto. I'm hearing 40 inches is the height requirement. And then you'll go and you'll see your creation on the screen as if that you are actually in it, correct? But my question is, and I know that the coaster enthusiasts have this question too, will what you build actually affect the ride at all outside of the screen, or is it the same ride but the different visual experience?
Well, I think it's going to be different every time because you're going to get different projections, you're going to get different lighting, you're going to get that different element, but you're going to get, as you say, as you get in your ride car, that's going to be projected up onto a screen, so you'll see yourself with your friends and family sitting in the spacecraft that you've customized. That projection will be around the experience as well, so there'll be different parts of it, and look out for different planets, different space themes that are flying around you as you go around Galacticoaster. So I think it's going to be truly different every time. And even more fun, there's going to be 625 different ways that you can customize that spacecraft. So I'm pretty sure every single ride is going to be different for almost 2 years. That's going to be super exciting.
That is really exciting. And I really like the idea too that afterwards you can get a photo of this experience and then also maybe be able to even build the experience, build your ship or creation in Legos themselves and take that home as your little giveaway gift. So this is just a really great addition to the park, working with art, and is it art engineering that you work?
Art engineering and Two Heads. So Art engineering is our ride manufacturer. Two Heads have done all of the immersive, the technology, the visual created. So we've really worked really closely with our partners, but of course with Lego, collaborating all of the experience with Lego. And there's some really great touches of Lego product and box product from the past. And there's going to be a look to the future. So it's multi-generational. So it's going to be a great ride.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to the lands that are going to be galactic. What is it called again? The area?
The ride is Galacticoaster, but there's Lego Galaxy.
Lego Galaxy.
The overall land. So it'd be Lego Galaxy opening in 2026 with a new Galacticoaster ride.
I can't wait to ride it. I will definitely be there. Make your plans for 2026 to see Galacticoaster. Thank you so much, Rob.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm here at the S&S Worldwide booth now with Trevor Dyer from S&S, who just unveiled the Rail Rider vehicle. So tell me a little bit more about Rail Rider.
We love Rail Rider because it's a single rail family coaster, and it can be ridden by the entire family. Grandma can get on with the grandkids, and we've done this many times already.
You've had grandmas at the S&S facility?
We have. So we've had a lot of our employees, some of whom are grandmas, or we've had employees bring their parents and ride with their children, and we're getting thumbs up across the board. And so we're really excited about Rail Rider for that reason.
Now, what makes this different than other single rails?
A lot of the single rails out in the market are really high thrill. They're built, hey, how fast can we go? How tight can we make the turn? How many crazy elements can we come up with? We see single rail as a great opportunity to help parks get a more affordable coaster, as well as to make it a very smooth, comfortable ride. We also have the heritage of the steeplechase from Arrow.
Yes, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so Arrow, many years ago, as you know, built Steeplechase. Great ride. Been on the original at Blackpool. But it had no capacity. So you had to have like 3 of them right next to each other to try to hit any capacity that, wouldn't have a super long line. So this one, we trained 6 coaches together. So you get 12 riders at a time.
Okay.
And then we're doing up to 450 people an hour on a small layout. So a good, decent capacity. And then if a big park comes and like, hey, we like this, we should have layouts that do over 1,100 people an hour.
Wow. That is an upgrade for sure.
Yes.
And this interesting design here, I feel like it could be multiple things. So right behind us, you have an example of what it could be. So this is not yet in a park that
Correct.
has been announced at least. And so right here we have an overlay where it could be a mine cart, right? So yeah, show me a little bit about this.
We love our heritage of Arrow. There's so many things and so many people and so many parks and rides that owe their heritage to Arrow. We own the IP to all the Arrow designs. Ace has been in our archive room before, which we love. And so we wanted to really call out that nostalgia and that heritage by doing a classic Arrow mine train, a ride that we love and that we really appreciate. This gives us an opportunity to have that design, put it in a park, but on a really modern, upgraded system that has modern safety, modern control systems. That's real easy for everybody to ride.
Nice. What are some other ideas? Have you come up with some other brainstorming of different overlays?
We've looked at horses, steeplechase, tractors, flying carpets, race cars, wave runners. We've done all kinds of things. And we're very excited about the possibility of what this can do. This was our proof of concept. Can we actually theme this from the very standard model? But it's a great, great design.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it. So it looks like it's a seat belt. And then does this pull down or is this just to hold on to?
This is more of a mounting device. So it helps you get in and out, especially, if you're ADA and you need some help transferring from a device, wheelchair into seat. We wanted something really sturdy that was easy to reach. It does give you a safety bar that you can hold on to, even though it's very low G. It's under 3 Gs and it doesn't go negative so that we can use the proper class of restraint. But it is right now a lock monitored seatbelt. And then we can also have design concepts for a lap bar if needed.
Okay. Well, this sounds very exciting. I hope it is picked up by a park pretty soon because I'm ready to ride this. I'm ready to go to S&S and try to get some rides at your facility, but I'd rather ride it in a park with a full design. So I wish you all the best of luck here at IAAPA Expo 2025.
Well, Ace is always welcome at S&S.
Thank you. We love to hear it. Thanks, Trevor. I am here with Lauren Wood-Weaver from Sally Dark Rides. I love Sally Dark Rides.
Oh,
and it was so exciting to see on the schedule that you had 2 press conferences here at IAAPA Expo 2025. Can you tell us about the first one?
Sure, yeah. It's already been a really exciting week and we're only on day 2. Day 1 was magical for us. We are crafting an experience that fans of Kings Island have wanted for decades. In the 90s, there was this classic ride called Phantom Theater, and it ran for about a decade. And then it actually closed to make way for a couple of our attractions, Scooby-Doo and then Boo Blasters on Boo Hill, which ran for 15 years, Boo did. All the while, though, we kept hearing the fans of Kings Island say, bring back Phantom. We love Phantom. One day could we also have Phantom? Well, after a 15-year run of Boo, we thought it's time. It's time for him to move along, retire.
He blasted away.
And now we're reimagining the Phantom Theater. We're doing Phantom Theater opening nightmare. So the guests of Kings Island are now used to an interactive experience. They've had Scooby and Boo for, a couple decades now. So while we're still keeping the classic story of Phantom, we're making it an interactive experience. Of course, there's, something that's got to go wrong when you're trying to go on stage. Maestro has started to play his beautiful organ music and the lightning strikes, and ghost notes fly out of the organ and are now wreaking havoc all over the theater, and the show's about to start. So No Legs Larry, the usher, decides to rope us in and make us his temporary usher assistants. So we go in with our flashlights and try to collect these ghost notes that are flying around and causing mischief. And it's going to be an absolute blast. We've seen so much wonderful response already from the fan base of Kings Island, and it really is a multi-generational experience now. So the folks that grew up with the original Phantom now have, kids that can't wait to experience this attraction with their parents, and it's just going to be an incredible thing to bring to life once more.
Fun. How many? 4 people per car?
3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
3. Sorry, it is the same vehicle as Boo Blaster.
Oh, it is.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
the Omni Mover system. It's getting completely rethemed.
Okay.
And now they're opera boxes, actually, that we'll be riding around in.
Opera boxes. So
Yes.
fancy.
Come on. While it is the same vehicle, it will be a completely different ride experience than ever before. Bigger, bolder, and more immersive than ever before.
Oh, I like it. Me, of course, I'm a theater fan, so Opening Nightmare sounds very exciting to me. And of course, that Kings Island, such a great fit.
Yes.
And I love the idea of it being a flashlight. That's fun.
course.
So it's going to be like this?
Yes.
motion? Okay,
Yes.
all right,
I've
great.
pressed that button already 1,000 times.
All right. And then the second press conference was?
Oh, another major announcement. This time last year, we debuted the mini dark ride.
Yes.
We had a lot of desire and demand from people around the world that love dark rides but didn't have the space for one. Finally, we've wrapped our heads around it, and we've crafted something that has all the bells and whistles of a traditional Sally dark ride, but it's in a very compact space, 2,000 to 3,000 square feet.
Is this like SpongeBob, like I rode in Las Vegas?
SpongeBob was 6,000 square feet.
Okay.
So this is about half the size of that.
Oh, wow.
But it could even be under a SpongeBob theme or under many different themes. Our first partner is actually Doha Quest in Qatar. And we will be doing something that's a bit thrilling, a little more teen and up, almost scary, dare I say. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, no gore, but definitely scary.
In what way? What are we talking? Like
we're
thrills?
Yes, we're going to have to battle guardians of a tomb that we've discovered. I can't reveal too much.
Okay, a little under wraps.
Yeah,
waiting
and
till
we
opening.
just signed the contract
Okay.
officially yesterday, and that's what the
Wow.
press conference was all about. They were here, and we're still crafting the experience,
Sure.
but we've got an overarching storyline. We know that they're going to love it. They are so excited for it, and it's going to open next year.
That is amazing. I'm so happy to hear that Sally Dark Rides is going to be more and more parks,
That's
getting
right.
more. I love a good Sally Dark Ride, as you know. I'm such a fan.
Thanks for riding so many. I appreciate it.
We all have. We've absolutely loved it. And your booth is always spectacular. We love the animatronics out front.
Thank
of
you.
course, the Care Bears showing off the mini
I
dark
know.
ride over here. And then the Sesame Street. This is such a beautiful attraction.
Thank you. Thank you. The booth does demonstrate different sizes and styles of dark rides that we can bring to the table, whether it's a 19,000 square foot, intricately themed Sesame Street or a tiny mini around Care Bears or SpongeBob, which is right in between.
Yeah, it's so much fun. And I just, out of curiosity, is there anything that you want the American coaster enthusiasts to know about Sally Dark Rides?
Oh.
Like, is there a message you want to let all of us know, or anything moving forward?
Well, I know that obviously with coaster in the name, that's the original fan base you have. But I want to say thank you to the coaster enthusiasts that have now turned dark ride enthusiasts.
It's true.
I mean, it brings us joy.
You're fantastic storytellers.
Oh,
we love it.
thank you.
There's room for coasters and dark rides.
Absolutely.
And dark ride coasters
Yes,
and all of
dark
the above.
coasters.
Dark coasters, everything. So thank you for all that you've done. Thanks for always taking the time to talk
Oh,
to
my
us. We
goodness.
really appreciate it.
Thank
and good
you for
luck
stopping
the rest
by.
of your expo.
Oh, thank you. Day 3 and 4 coming up.
I am here with Connor Carr, the Corporate VP of Rides and Engineering for SeaWorld Orlando, and we are in the ride vehicle for the just announced SeaQuest Legends of the Deep, which is going to be at SeaWorld Orlando in 2026, designed by Vekoma. Connor, this is such an exciting announcement and such an amazing car. First of all, I'm really confused, I think, as some of us are, about what it is, because Vekoma, I think roller coasters, I think big thrills, but you're saying this is a suspended dark ride. Can you explain that a little bit?
Absolutely. This innovative new dark ride from Vekoma is truly one of a kind and something that we're so excited to be the first to ever bring to the theme park industry. It really blends, the innovation that we always seek out for our new attractions, but also something that I know is in the lifeblood of Vekoma rides, right? And always to innovate and build upon their theme park industry, right? And experience. And so this ride is a submarine. We're going to board this submarine. We're going to depart from the station and go to the depths of the ocean to explore what no one's ever seen before in ways they've never been able to see it before. And I can tell you, just because it's a dark ride and suspended dark ride, as you can kind of feel, there's some free swing to it, right? The ride has incredible dynamic motion, full 360-degree yaw, forwards, backwards, all of that. It's still going to have that lifeblood, like I said, of Vekoma and SeaWorld, right? Both companies known for their thrill rides, for their exciting experiences they bring to guests. And that still lives in even the family rides that we do. So it's going to be one of the most immersive and ambitious rides we've ever brought to our guests. But it's also going to be a really fun ride experience. The motion, the dynamic energy of the ride is really going to be incredible too, and kind of blend that coaster knowledge and the dark ride experience together to bring something that really no one's ever seen before.
And what is it? Is it screens? Is it actual, what are we going to see on this ride?
Yeah, so we're going to go to the depths of the ocean. You're going to encounter both practical and digital effects and animals of all kinds and all of these incredible encounters that make SeaWorld what it is, with an innovative ride system that makes Vekoma what it is. And that's really where that partnership, right, is born out of. And so as guests depart the station, one of our favorite things and what we kind of love saying to the guests is we can't wait to say welcome explorers when they come and join, and the true backbone of the experience is exploration, right? And so when everyone comes and joins, they're going to come with us and join us on this adventure to explore the unknown and seek the legends and discover all the mysteries of the depths beneath the waves.
Okay, exciting. And so a family ride.
A true family ride, something for everyone. Because another thing that we love and believe is, whether it's a big coaster or Sesame Street or our incredible new family rides, right, is that there is something for everybody. And there's also something for everybody to experience together. Because those experiences and those memories that are created together are truly the ones that are the best memories, or those that are shared with each other. And we love bringing more and more of those to our guests.
Is it going to be scary at all? I think of the deep ocean and I get a little chill down my spine. Is it going to be thrilling in any way?
I think it's going to be exciting. I think there's going to be adventure, suspense, but it really is still going to be something that everyone's going to want to ride. So not too scary for the younger kids, but still incredibly exciting for the older kids, the parents, the grandparents, whoever wants to come and ride the ride. This really is going to be something that everyone's going to want to come and see.
As a fan of SeaWorld Orlando and an annual pass holder, where is this going?
Absolutely. So this, and you'll see it when you go to the park. There's a giant construction site over behind the old Wild Arctic, but now the brand new Expedition Odyssey building. And so just between Expedition Odyssey and Icebreaker, there'll be a whole new expansion, and it's really cool. And we can't wait to bring in. It's so much larger than everyone I think is expecting. And I mean, we even sit in this vehicle, and this vehicle is a massive new submarine vehicle, and it's only one of the fleet that we have coming to ride the ride. So it's really going to be something. And like I said, truly the most ambitious ride SeaWorld Orlando has ever brought to its guests.
Educational. I know SeaWorld is a lot about education. Will there be an educational element as well?
Well, I think there's always that in what we do, right? And so one thing that we love is one of our missions, right, since SeaWorld Orlando was founded in 1973, was to educate and inspire all of our guests about the world around us, right, through all of our incredible animal ambassadors and habitats and up-close encounters. And so then to get to blend that educational experience and knowledge with all of the amazing animals that we love and share those with guests in a fun and exciting way on a ride really brings those two together in a way that only SeaWorld Orlando can. And it's just building on, Expedition Odyssey, you see the animals and you exit and you get to see the animals in real life, right? Penguin Trek, you go on the amazing roller coaster and then you see the penguins. Manta, you see the mantas and then you go on the ride, right? And so it's just building more and more on those incredible experiences of blending a really fun ride and animals together, like I said, in only a way that SeaWorld Orlando can do.
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you.
Listeners, we also recorded some longer interviews with Vekoma during IAAPA Expo, and we might go ahead and release those as their own episode closer to the opening of SeaQuest, but soon those interviews will be available on ACE's YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for those. But right now, let's head back to the show floor. Here's Rachel Hawkins speaking with Jay Aguilar, the Vice President of Global Business Development, Sales and Marketing at Chance Rides.
So we heard you're bringing back your portable rides. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. Well, we are very excited to get back into the portable market. It's something that we haven't done for some times, for a few years. As you know, we are now part of a group, and we are getting back into that business because we know that the market miss us. And they have been asking us, and we are listening to them. So we are very excited to get back into the portable. The first group of attractions that we are bringing is the Zipper, the Century Wheel, the Freestyle, and the Ferris Fury. So we are very excited. We have now George Tobias now representing us in the portable market. So very excited to get back into it.
And then we see that you have a couple EVs on the floor. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So the market was asking us to do electric trams. So we partnered with this company out of Sweden. So they help us with the technology, and we do the manufacturing here in Wichita, Kansas. So we are actually have one of them in Kansas City Zoo, and we have right here one on the floor, getting a lot of attention. And we have introduced that product after introducing the electric train, and we are expecting to have exactly the same success with the Chance quality. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Next up, we're diving into a topic that coaster fans love to geek out over: ride vehicle refurbishment. Rachel chatted with Tom Rebbe and Janine Rebbe Matcherts from PTCI about the car refurbishment process and why it's such a critical part of keeping classic and modern rides running smoothly.
So can you tell me about the whole refurb process of going through a train?
Mark will send us the train. We'll disassemble it from the top. Wheels come out of the frames. The body is taken off of the main chassis. Then we separate the sub chassis and the main chassis. Anything steel and aluminum, that's steel especially, that's welded, we send it out, baking soda blasted, cleans the metal up, cleans the aluminum up, comes back. We have an outside service who will come and inspect all the welds and the steel and the aluminum to make sure no cracks, no deficiency in the steel or the welds. Once that's done, it goes into the paint shop. New paint's put on the chassis and the sub chassis. That gets put back together. Then the wheel frames, when they come back from being baking soda blasted, they get inspected, and then they'll get painted, and then they get all the wheels reassembled, take all the axles out, all the bearings out, put it all back together. Everything's got to be tagged. Every spin's got to be numbered. How many parts went in? Who put the parts in there, and what number he put in there? Then the next guy, he better have the same amount of parts inside that bin or bucket, because then he signs off on that tag. So then once we get everything done, and depending on how weathered the seat sides are, or whether the park wants us to sand it down and repaint the entire thing, and we'll lay new paint on it, put everything back together, put all the mechanisms back in it, put on skids, and send it back to the park.
And then can you talk about any upcoming projects?
So we have a really busy year ahead of us. We have estimated about 54 cars total in for rehab this winter. So our busy season is post-Labor Day to pre-Memorial Day. And some of the projects include the Thunderhawk from Dorney Park, the Blue Streak from Cedar Point, the Viper from Six Flags Great America, and the Little Dipper from Six Flags Great America, the Legend from Arnold's Park, the Comet from Six Flags Great Escape, Great American Screen Machine from Six Flags Over Georgia. And actually, while we're speaking, hauling across the beautiful USA from Seattle, Washington, Timberhawk from Wild Waves is making its way to Hatfield. It can take 4 to 6 months to do the complete tear down and restoration, but when they leave, they're back to factory standard. It's like getting a new train.
So also, can you tell us about this car as well?
So Tom had a wild idea months ago in a production meeting.
It wasn't that wild. They thought it was crazy. This car originally was on the Georgia Cyclone. When they took that ride, tore it down, all the trains went to the Great American Screen Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia. They ran them, and they contacted us, and we took a look at them, and they said, what would it take to new cars? So they got brand new cars in 2019 during the COVID period, and they sent us their cars back to us, and we had them all out back. So we decided to bring the car in, and I said, let's just part it in two. One side will do, make it brand new looking so you can see when it comes in and when it'll come back to you.
It's a great way to showcase what the cars go through after season and how they have wear and tear and they need a little TLC. And so to show off the comparative difference, because when you're looking at it every day, whether it's your maintenance team or your operations team, it's a gradual change. And this shows how stark it can be.
We've had people that don't even have coasters. They walk by and then they back up and they look at this side and they walk back around and look at the other side and they look at us and they go, this is brilliant. And I go, I know.
So for most refurbs, do parts send them back once a year or multiple times a year or every other year, or how does that work?
Depends on the park. We have a couple parks every year. They send them back to us. We'll build new cars. We'll rebuild old ones. It's fun.
And finally, as we wrap up our IAAPA Expo interviews, we're headed over to Adam Sandy from Zamperla.
So can you tell me a little bit more about what you guys do for ADA-wise?
Sure. I mean, so historically, ADA is the regulation we have to meet nationwide, right? So what happened about a decade ago is Alberto Zamperla said, we think ADA should be the floor, not the ceiling. So effectively, how can we do even better than what ADA requires? And that's when we started doing roll-on, roll-off attractions, so wheelchair users can actually roll onto some of our rides and not have to transfer out of their chair.
And what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yeah, like you, the company.
Oh, the company. I'd say honestly, we're just so different because we do everything, right? We do really small rides to big ones. And I think for us, it's really innovation. So no matter if it's a big, huge coaster or a ride like Wings, we're thinking, how can we do things differently and better than people have in the past? Because it's all about not just copying others, but really coming up with innovation and new concepts for the industry.
Thank you. And then can you tell us a little bit more about this ride?
Sure. Wings is one of many all-access rides we have. And again, that's when a user can stay on their wheelchair basically and get on without transferring. And so this one in particular, we have 8 individual motors, and all those motors are brushless. And that means if you think of a high-speed elevator, they're very precise and very fast, and that's what each of these has. So that's why when you flap your wings, you're moving in very specific increments. We also find a system that can detect that motion, and it's great because it works in fog, rain, snow, day, night, everything. A lot of sensors can't do that. This works everywhere, and that's really important for an interactive ride.
Can you tell us about the hard one?
So that is our first one. We announced it, the concept in 2021, and we're just thrilled now, 5 years later, to come to the show floor and share how it's going to Lotte World Adventure in Korea.
Nice. And can you tell us anything unique about it?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of things. I really love the fact that it's got 3 launches to start. Always fun to start with a triple launch. And then up top, there's no brakes. So we don't slow you down at all. You go up over the top, 50 meters in the air, just huge ejector air time. That turns right into a vertical drop. So you're going 46 meters straight down. It's an intense ride from start to finish.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end. A huge thank you to my fellow correspondent, Rachel Hawkins, for conducting many of these interviews on the show floor. And of course, thank you to all our interviewees for taking the time out of an incredibly busy conference to speak with their friends at ACE. These interviews wouldn't be possible without a full team behind the scenes, So thank you to our ACE social media team, the videographers on the floor, and the editors back home. And a special shout out to Ben Weinrack, Bob Randolph, Sean Montano, Robert Engel, Nicholas Lashkowitz, Derek Perry, and Doug Perry for helping make all of these interviews happen. And finally, thank you, our listeners, for an incredible year. If you've made it this far into the episode, you're clearly a fan. So here's a little insider note. Our Ride With Us podcast team is looking for new members. If you're interested, email your interest and credentials to podcast@aceonline.org. You can also reach out there with podcast questions, comments, or episode pitches. And if you do enjoy our show, please make sure you're subscribed. Leave us a rating and review. Give us 5 stars if you can. It really does help. Don't forget to visit ridewithace.com, and remember that ACE is everywhere you consume your social media. And if you're not an ACE member yet, what are you waiting for? Ask for a membership as a holiday gift, or gift one to a family member or a friend. Wherever you are, thanks for listening. I hope you get to ride a coaster today.
Ride With Us is produced by the American Coaster Enthusiasts, a registered 501c3 organization. Visit aceonline.org for additional information, and we will see you at the parks.